Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Shermaine, aka Termian, is coming at y'all with some Titanfall today. And in this video, we're going to discuss some more Titanfall 2 news, some huge news that just came out the other day. Got a nice little perfection for y'all to watch. I worked my ass off for this perfection, not even going to lie. Oh my goodness, going back and playing Titanfall again with either just by myself or at least with B Woods or a small group. It just gets me super excited and super anxious to see what else Respawn has cooking up for us, because oh my goodness, my mind runs at 100 miles an hour thinking about what has been added to Titanfall 2. But I gotta reiterate to you guys and gals, I'm super surprised, I'm shocked at the amount of news that has constantly been coming out for the past 2 months. Seriously, every time I go on Facebook and I see on that right, that upper right hand corner where the trending shit is, there's just something related to Titanfall every other week. Seriously. And I can't believe it. It's just kind of surreal that Titanfall 2 probably will come out this year, even though I've said plenty of times, well, I don't think it will. But with this other piece of news that we're going to discuss today, it's almost confirmed that this game, Titanfall 2, Titanfall sequel, will come out this year. So I'm going to go ahead and read an article from Polygon, and I'm going to definitely link it in the description. And then this came out, what was it? I think this came out yesterday? Yeah, this came out, yesterday, by the time I uploaded this. So the title of the article is Titanfall 2 Toys Hitting Alongside the Game Later This Year. Now, when I read this, you're going to understand why that's the headline. Todd McFarlane's toys company, McFarlane Toys, has partnered with Respawn Entertainment to make a line of action figures based on Titanfall 2, according to an official announcement. So there we go, an official announcement. It's not no source of a source, nothing like that. Those toys and Respawn sequel are slated for a winter 2016 release, the company press release says. McFarlane's Titanfall 2 toys will stand 7 inches tall and feature the same meticulous level of detail that McFarlane has become known for over the last 2 decades. This is a direct quote from Todd McFarlane. This is a perfect fit. McFarlane Toys was created so I can make cool stuff just like this, said Todd McFarlane, owner and CEO of McFarlane Toys, in a release. Without saying too much about the new game, you're not going to believe where we can take this. Yesterday, McFarlane Toys announced a partnership with Scott Games, the company behind the indie sensation Five Nights at Freddy's, to make toy construction sets based on the horror franchise. Respawn and publisher Electronic Arts have been dropping hints about Titanfall 2 since the release of the original game. The sequel is said to be multi-platform and feature a more robust single-player campaign. Respawn and its partners are also working on a mobile spin-off game and a possible television series. So that last part of this article, it's fucking common knowledge. But when I first heard this news, in my head I was like, okay, there's just no way. There's just no way that this guy basically gave away the most important detail of a game in development in this press release. There's just no way. There's just no way. And again, let me reiterate my point, everybody, because I've said this ad nauseum. I still don't think, this was before reading this and reading all the other articles about it. I still didn't think that Titanfall 2 will be released this year. My reasons being that EA has a substantial amount of games coming out, new IPs, as well as a Battlefield 5. Another Battlefield experience is coming out this year. And typically those games, at least the Battlefield for sure, it's going to release in the holiday, the holiday season. So not only would if it was released this year, and by going by this winter 2016, Titanfall 2 has to compete with Battlefield 5 or a new Battlefield experience. So let's just say another Battlefield game. So that's direct competition. That's direct competition between two of your own games. That's not going to maximize profits for each individual product. It doesn't make sense to me why you would release them, around the same area, around the same time. Then, obviously, both of those games have to compete with the next Call of Duty. That's always a behemoth every single year, no matter who it's developed by and how actually, the quality of the game itself. But it's always going to sell, millions and millions and millions. So why would you put forth a growing, a nurturing franchise out in the lion's den of the holiday season to try to compete with not only all these other titles, all these other shooters, as well as your own shooter that's coming out around that time. Why would you put a game out that has not been well received by the majority of the community? Why would you throw it out in the deep end? That doesn't make sense to me. Not only that, like I said before, Respawn has positions that need to be filled in their team. They had at least 6 positions that needed to be filled. Who knows how many in each position, but that's at least 6 new employees that they need to bring in to work on the game. And I understand there's still quite a bit of time before it hits winter time. So there's still a possibility that ends up not being too much of a factor. But when you compile the need for additional employees, as well as the amount of games that will be released during the holiday season, as well as the behemoth Call of Duty, another Battlefield experience, this, when compiled together, leads me to believe that Titanfall 2 will not be released in 2016. I don't think it will. I think the best option for it is to be released in the spring of 2017, similar to how it was when it originally launched back in 2014. So that way it has very little competition to go up against. It's a shooter that everyone can look forward to after they've gotten bored with Call of Duty and Battlefield, because that inevitably happens. And that way it'll have, its own dedicated time to where people are like, all right, it's time for Titanfall. Like this month, March of 2017, that's going to be Titanfall's month. That's going to be the big game that comes out. Everyone's going to look forward to it. Everyone's going to see if it's transitioned into something greater than what it was, or it stayed back and remained average. And that's what I would like. But the fact that this guy, Todd McFarlane, basically said in an official announcement that the toy lineup is based off of Titanfall 2, the toys and the game are slated for a winter release in 2016. Not even that. You don't even have to pair the game in that sentence. The fact that he said that, in an official announcement, that these toys will basically launch with the game in the winter, tells you that Titanfall 2 will come out in 2016, winter of 2016. And I'm still tripping out about it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm still thinking to myself, is this the best decision for us? Is this the best decision for us as a community that love Titanfall and want to see it grow and nurture and bring in a lot of players? And I know a lot of people out there, especially on the individual groups that I'm a part of. I mean, they want it. They want Titanfall 2 so bad. They just want another Titanfall game. I get it, I get it. Thankfully, I'm a patient person, so I can wait. But, I mean, this guy just spilled the beans, yo. He just spilled the beans. And because this was an official announcement, this guy had to have gotten permission from Respawn to go ahead and say this. Because even, in his quote, he says, he can't say too much about the new game, but you're not going to believe where we can take this. So, Respawn had to be there. They had to be there, and they had to have given them the okay and say, okay, don't say anything specific about the new game, but you can go ahead and basically tell them when the game's going to come out. So, in other words, this was basically an official announcement of the release date that wasn't, through proxy, via proxy of Todd McFarlane himself. And I sent Vince Zampella a tweet, actually 2 tweets, of course, probably not going to answer. But hey, sometimes, I've actually had conversations with that guy. He's tight. But, I just asked him, I said, hey, Vince, I'm looking forward to the toys and starting my own collection. The CEO was rather revealing with details. I hate to ask this man, but did he just basically confirm that the sequel will come out this year? And, of course, he hasn't responded to me. But, I mean, I don't know how else to interpret this statement from him in these articles that are all over the the internet right now. So there you have it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much, it's right in your face. Titanfall 2 is confirmed to be released in 2016 in the winter. I'm just astonished, guys and gals. Seriously, I am. I mean, I don't know how else to describe how I've been feeling for the past 2 months regarding the amount of information that we've been receiving all the damn time. Like I said, every other week I feel like I see something about Titanfall 2. So, I mean, there it is. Titanfall 2 is coming out this year. I mean, I anticipate a beta of some kind will come out, but I'm just still trying to come to terms with everything. So let me know what you guys think about what I had to say today in the article. Check out the article for yourself in the description below. But there you have it, guys. I mean, Titanfall 2 is coming out this year in the winter. Hopefully a beta will come out, and I'm excited. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Charmaine, and I'm out. Peace. Have a good day.